video is a study guide for Unit 4, Learning Target 2. It's meant for 6th grade social studies at Grant County Middle School, and we welcome you to help you prepare for your upcoming test this week. Today we're going to talk about identify and explain the characteristics that categorize a developed country from developing countries. And of course we learned in our studies that a developed country is basically a wealthy country. A developing country would be a poor one. So what are some characteristics that a citizen of one country might have versus the characteristics of somebody from another country? So let's look at the difference between the two. First off, if you live in a developed country, there is a high per capita GDP, or gross domestic product, meaning that the average person is going to make a lot of money and spend a lot of money. We used examples of the United States being around $53,000 a year. That would be a really good example of a country that is developed and has a high GDP per capita. One that would be developing and would have a low GDP per capita might be India or China, or just about any country in Africa, like Liberia or Ghana, or even Ethiopia or Somalia. These places are developing and generally have other characteristics. Outside of just money issues, developed countries would have the following characteristics. If you lived in a developed country, you would most likely live in an urban area. You would most likely have a job in trade and manufacturing. You would most likely have a stable government within your country. And those are some typical characteristics. For a developing country, it would be the opposite. You would be poor. Odds are you would live in a rural area, and you would most likely be a farmer as opposed to being involved in trade and manufacturing, and it is very likely that your government is not very stable and has oftentimes gone through a lot of change, or is still working on finding the best way to govern or rule. So those are some different characteristics. One element you might want to know about this particular learning target is that developed countries of the world generally put pressure on the resources. They use a lot of them, and they usually damage the environment way more than a developing country would. They produce more trash, which would help lead to this, because they consume more. A developed country consumes more, therefore it causes more damage. So other than that, that's about all you need to know for Learning Target 2. Good luck.